Viewer discretion is advised.
But will be completely ignored.
Take my latest run-in with Batsy. It was just last night, as the entire country was tuning into its favorite talk show.
Believe it, huh? What do you believe in?
I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger. And here we go.
Yeah. Welcome to the Wrestling Asylum. I am the doctor. I am Harley Quinn. And yes, I come with a mallet, which I am planning on using on certain individuals if they even so much as dare try to piss me off. So let's get to the start of the show. And the first order of business, is introduce you folks to the Warden. He runs this amazing place. And hey, what can I say? He is Mr. J, one, the only, the Joka. Love it.
Well, you know, I take a week off to go to an independent show.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody just has to keep breaking my rules. You really think after episode 1 of the season premiere, you think by now, Harley, everybody got the point. But before we get started,
looks like somebody did not get the point.
Oh, we're gonna dive into that in a minute. But folks,
Exactly.
do us a big favor: like, share, subscribe, stay notified. You know the deal. If you're not, what are you thinking? I might have a shocking incentive for you. Go to linktr.ee for Up the Top podcast. You're gonna find all the links, everything you need to find where we're at. Make sure you keep up to date. Make sure you keep up and never miss an episode. And check out the archives if you still need that fix and need that boost in your life. W Energy is going to give you that kick. OTTR Mob.
Yum.
Sent off. Hey, kick the coffee to the curb. And if you're not down with that, well, oh well. Our new sponsor, Stream Live, 15% off. Coupon code OTTR Mob. Look fly, look fresh, and hey, ain't nothing better than that. And make sure you check out Solus to get that bling on. Promo code right there on the screen, 25% off at solus.com. I mean, look flashy, baby. But you got to make sure you also support us, too. I mean, after all, it'd surprise you at the end of season 2. But we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Now, Harley, you know what happens when somebody breaks the rules. Do you mind telling the good folks at home, for the new viewers coming in, what happens when you break the rule in my assignment? What happens to you?
You get strapped to a chair. You get electrified after I beat the shit out of you pretty much with this big massive mallet I've got here. So you're basically going to get fried to a crisp pretty much. If you even try breaking in here, if you try to take Mr. J's place as the Warden, if you try to sit on his throne, you're pretty much screwed.
Can't miss comedy, folks.
I don't mind if you create anarchy. That's why we're here.
Right.
But
I mean, chaos is the way of life here.
Was a curtain circle jerk in WCW. He was the television champ, or as we like to call it, the spooge champ. The one and only Buddy to the guy who later in the season, you better be tuning in for that one.
Yep.
Vince Russo.
Excuse me.
You're in deep trouble. But today,
Let's not blow this out of proportion.
I'm dealing with your butt.
Mm-hmm.
Disco Inferno. You wandered in. You decided.
KB's in his. Yeah, we'll pass you the crayons there, KB. Oh, man.
KB. Welcome.
Yeah, please put on. No, do we really want to put on reruns?
Okay, done deal.
A strawberry jello.
Done deal. Write that down, will you?
You get what you want there, KB, on that one. By the way.
Wait till they get a load of me.
Guess
Jack
what?
Nicholson, you gotta love him.
Yes, Bobby. What?
Bobby? Wait.
You gotta be kidding. He got suspended?
He did. God.
What the hell? Everybody
What
got suspended?
happened? I'm thinking her
gets
Twitter
suspended,
account
apparently.
I heard Scott's suspended. Bobby's got suspended. This sucks. Elon, do something about it, or you're next in the chair, pal.
There might be something.
You think? Yes,
Hey.
yes, I agree.
Oh. I'll take care of that. I'll talk to Elon.
Okay.
Miss Jess.
Not about money. It's about sending a message. Everything burns.
Oh, Alyssa, we already know.
Yeah, we know.
Knows.
Oh, Maverick got suspended too. What?
We'll deal with this.
Oh, for God's sake.
I'll deal with this soon enough.
Yes.
Now, today, we all know the second half of the show is usually very good. But our Wrestler's Life Chamber has its second woman, the one and only female member of Team Extreme, Miss Live Sex on TV. That was stupid. Or as I called it at that moment, giggity giggity, giggity goo, giggity goo ma. You would know her. But
Lita.
we're going to do a little something different today. So, folks, Harley has a topic she wants to talk about first. So, I'm going to give her would you like to share with the good people at home what's going on?
Absolutely. Absolutely, Mr. J. It turns out a certain Irish lass kicker wants to help fix the credibility problem in the Raw Women's division, and that lady's name is Becky Lynch. She talked about it in an extensive interview 3 days ago with the Washington Post, and even mentioned 4 women in particular she would really love to see get a push. One being Xia Li, Candice LeRae. There's some others.
I do agree with Xia Li.
Candice LeRae, Xia Li, Indy Hartwell is one, definitely.
Indy would definitely be good.
Definitely. And I still remember a Q&A thing Indy did last year where I asked her about Becky, and she actually answered my question, where she said she actually respects her, thinks she's a game-changing superstar. So
I totally agree. I think the thing, Becky, I like now some people, you got your
Mr. J right now is having some technical problems, so I'm going to keep going here. Apparently, it's all about booking. She admits there hasn't been a lot of time dedicated for storylines or developing the people that need to be developed, like the 4 she mentioned for, and I forgot to mention Zoe Stark as well as someone else Becky would like to see get a nice push up the ladder. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. And Mr. J is back. Oh, thank you, God. We're having technical problems.
No, it was more of somebody tried to escape and trip the wire. I had to go in.
He's really going to get it. Yeah. I'm going to keep the mallet handy just in case. And this.
Dead man's trigger.
this falls out of my hand for any reason, and
I think there's one comment here. Oh, good point by Bobby. You'd like to see Xia Li wrestle against Becky for the NXT Women's title. That is if Becky retains at No Mercy and retains against Tegan Knox later.
Right now, I'm going to say this, Bobby. I don't think Chelsea Green's there yet.
She's not.
She's not.
No.
I'm going to be honest.
Not there.
Chelsea, great on the indies. I liked her.
Yeah.
Oh, KB, goddamn.
I mean, KB, come on now.
If that would happen, we already know the.
Oh, that's a headline.
Damn.
I know. Why?
You're bad.
Yeah, so why don't you don't make me a sound?
Oh, my Lord.
But I'm going to tell you. So basically, here's how I see this. So, like I was saying before, your internet trolls are going to whine and piss and bitch and moan about them putting the NXT championship on Becky. But it was inevitably going to happen either way, just timing and everything. And the reason I say that is this, okay? If you truly think about it, you've got the 4 horsewomen. We hinted that last night with Charlotte. I digress. Right. But here's the thing. Who's ready on that NXT roster to step up?
That's a good question.
I like Tiffany Stratton and what she's done. Yes. However, she still needs, as Jim Ross would say, she still needs a little fine-tuning. She needs a little extra seasoning on the steak. Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. And even Tiffany admitted she doesn't honestly think she's ready for the main roster because she does feel like she has a lot more work to do in order to develop and become the kind of superstar she knows she can be.
Well, I mean, for her to admit to that is great. My concern is this. This is just my concern, is she's wanting that because if you look back, who recently got released that they should have done that with and they didn't?
I can't remember. There were so many
releases. You should know. It's a woman.
Nia Jax? No, it's not. No, Nia Jax is who I want to put in the chair, but that's much later.
Oh, that'll come down the road.
If she pisses off.
Don't worry, that's coming down the road. I promise. I definitely promise. I just hope Uncle Fats doesn't hate me for that. Come on, boss.
We're sorry. We're sorry.
In advance.
Okay.
I'm sorry. But the golden rule on the show, everyone gets the chair at least once.
Everyone gets the chair at least.
Except for the Walt Disney off of Wish.com. He got it twice.
He got it twice.
You better not get it a third time. I don't have
And we've only fried one woman.
I'm just ahead of the curve.
Oh, don't worry.
We fried the despicable t-shirt, so
we're gonna fry another woman, and that's our victim. We just haven't. I haven't decided when.
Oh.
Sometimes I just kill myself.
But here's the thing, okay, folks?
Oh,
God dang it. I was going to finish the line. You ever talk about the family?
Done.
I need a minute or two alone with him, folks.
Okay.
But for Becky, the fact that she's wanting to do that and elevate some of the talent that hasn't gotten a shot, that speaks volumes to who she is in terms of performer. Now, mind you, I love Natty to death.
Yeah.
One of the greatest.
She's amazing.
Has she gotten opportunities? Yes.
Yes.
But what for Natalya? And I've watched her since she showed up with her would-be husband and Davey Boy Smith Jr. Yep. Okay. I watched her evolve. I knew what she was capable of, not just based on her last name.
Yeah.
But what she can do. My thing was she came in at the end of what I call the tramp stamp belt era.
Oof, damn. Yeah, divas.
Okay. When that all changed into the women's era, where it should have never left. Hey, Kevin Bunn, You'll be getting roasted soon too, Bucky Beaver. I'd be careful.
Yeah, fuck you, you buck-tooth beaver piece of crap.
Not this much left, and after season 1 this season, but
yeah.
Now, Alyssa does bring up a valid point about Bianca winning at Mania 38. Now, think back to Mania 37 for a minute.
Yeah. The pandemic one.
And no.
Oh, wait. No, that wasn't it.
What happened after WrestleMania 37? We come into SummerSlam that year and we're back to full crowds.
Becky comes back.
Becky hadn't come back there yet.
Oh.
You have to remember, some WrestleMania that year, I think it was Bianca retained. Then what happened? We go into SummerSlam where it's supposed to be Carmella and Bianca, and it becomes a triple threat because Becky makes her return. Becky knocks out
Carmella
and beats her. It was one of those.
It was
one of those quick. Yeah, it was one of those quick moments where I was like, please tell me we're not going to do what I think we're going to do again.
Uh-oh.
And go back to 5-minute or less matches.
Yes.
So, for Becky to do that, as Alyssa alluded to, she has been very unselfish.
Yes.
I'm never going to discredit that.
No.
Xia Li, to me, she wasn't connecting when she first came in.
Right.
Then you did some sort of revamp to the character.
Yeah.
In NXT.
Yeah.
When you brought her back, you needed to keep whatever momentum you'd begun building going. That was the mistake by Vince and whoever else called her up.
Yeah.
To me personally, I've seen Xia. She looks amazing. My thing is, and Alyssa brings up a valid point, sidebar, with Bianca and Becky. You took from SummerSlam and you went all the way to Mania the following year.
Carried it over. Yeah.
Doing. That was a slow burn, which I sat there and go, okay, Hunter took the book. He knows what to do. Thank you. And guess what? Look where we're at.
Yeah.
So for me, I want to see Xia Li. See what you did? See what you did?
So serious. That's why your approval ratings are so low. Hey, tell you what. Try threatening me again, but this time, try it with a smile.
But what I'm saying is Xia Li has something going. I think
they just didn't know what to do with her.
And that's partially Vince's fuck up.
Yes.
I'll call a spade a spade. Vince shit the bed. Exactly. There's no question. For me personally, just me, I think what needs to happen is if we're going to bring Xia back up and start elevating her again, what you can do is go dab back into that. We don't go balls to the wall.
No.
But we go enough to where those fans are going to remember that, oh, wait a minute. Something came up. Now this is coming. Okay, let's see where they're going to go.
Yeah.
And you can start that way. In Cartwell, we have a problem.
Right.
Where's Gargano?
Yeah.
Where's Loomis?
Exactly.
Where's Lorraine?
There's good question. All of it. Where's Johnny Gargano? Where's Candice LeRae? Where's Dexter Loomis? Where are these people?
Right now, Blackheart, he's not wrong.
No, he's not.
He's
I mean,
not
Impact's women's division is
and I have
incredible.
Said that. Now, I'll say this for AEW. Have they had their moments? Yes. Is he still learning? Absolutely. But he's got better people that can help him. Bobby will help you. Don't worry. But what I'm saying to you is this. We have an issue. And it isn't just in AEW. This is in WWE.
Yes.
Yes, you are, Bobby. Our issue is this. It seems that there are certain individuals that don't want to let that ceiling get broken. So they're influencing, to go back to certain stupid shit, where it's a 3 to 5 minute match. Okay.
Right.
Has Tony had the women main event and proved everybody wrong that it can happen? Yes. Not just because it can happen, but because they've earned it. Now, I'm going to say something, and a lot of fans have given me mixed reaction to this. Now, if you go back to the DVD they did about CM Punk when he was still with the WWE, I know everybody is going to remember this. Well, a lot of people.
Yeah.
Remember when Punk won Money in the Bank the first time at 24, and then he cashed it in June of that year on Edge and became world champion?
Ooh.
Remember, for 5 or so months as champion, usually world champions closing the show, what was happening?
It was not main eventing.
Correct.
Wasn't closing the show.
He was either opening or in the middle of the show. Yeah. And that was still 2 hours back then. It wasn't 3. It was still 2. So you could... Michael Hayes, the Freebird, said this. He completely understood and respected Phil's frustration and anger about it.
Yeah.
And rightfully so. Even Paul Heyman has said this. Triple H has said this. Shit. Even the Texas Rattlesnake said this. If you get that and you're not getting put where you should be, you have every right to be fucking pissed off.
Doesn't that seem kind of crazy to you?
Every right to be pissed. But here's the piece that when they think about it, now it makes sense. Okay.
Okay.
Item 1.
Okay.
There were certain stories that had a lot of momentum behind them that took precedence. And I'm paraphrasing them, but they took precedence. Like you had Jericho and Shawn Michaels, Cena and who was it? I'm drawing a blank at the moment. Sorry, if it'll come back to me. But Cena had something big going. You had Taker's Creek that was getting going. So yes, from that aspect, there's talent. This is going to happen to whether you like it or not. And I'm going to say this to Serena Deeb. Yes, I get you're pissed.
Yeah.
But if you handled it the wrong way, then you should be sitting there in timeout and thinking, okay, how could I have approached this differently?
Yeah.
I mean, now, you might actually be hurt for all we know, and this was just part of it. But to shift back to the topic at hand, I just wanted to give that as an example in a sidebar.
Yeah.
But here's the bigger piece. For Becky, she's chosen specific women.
Yes.
Why?
Because she sees the potential in all of them, in Zoe, Indy, Candice, and Zaya, and she thinks that they can, you know.
There's a bigger picture.
Yeah, there is a bigger picture. They could challenge for world titles.
You get major stories. But
what major storylines?
Potential
big time
end game is to
main
what
events. That's
he's doing.
Good point by Bobby. Stardom's women's division is better than Raw. You know, Stardom is an all women's promotion anyway, so of course it.
That's a little bit of it, boss. But there's a bigger portion to it. I have reason.
Yikes.
I have reason to believe. This is just me speculating. I think Becky's preparing
to retire.
To call it and have another kid.
Yeah. I've always wondered, if she and Seth decide to have another child, is this going to be
that
it for her?
It could be gone.
Walk away and become a full-time mom? It's
I'm
possible.
laughing on the outside. My smile is just skin deep. If you could see inside, I'm really crying. You might join me for a week.
But
I'm really crying.
But I have reason to believe.
Right.
See, here's how I'm going to predict if that's the case.
Okay.
We know Seth's going to be challenged in Last Man Standing against Nakamura.
Yes.
If Nakamura wins, and by the grace of God, all respect to Seth, Nakamura is now on a wave.
Mm-hmm. He is.
You wouldn't put Nakamura in front of Seth without a bigger reason.
Yes.
Something tells me if Seth loses at Fastlane,
yeah,
and Becky does the honors to whoever it is, she might do it to Tegan Knox. I
Maybe.
wouldn't be mad at it. I would like to see Tiffany get the belt back because she still has work to do.
Mm-hmm.
But if Becky does the honors to Tegan, or Zoe, or Zaya, or Indy's already held the belt, but that was that was short lived due to her knee.
That was right.
I think she could do it again, but
true. She could.
But here's my issue: if Seth loses and Becky does the honors, I think Becky's going to become a full-time mom, and if shit with Seth's back, as much as we know it's probably true, I think Seth might call it. As much as he won't want to, it will be like a Brian Danielson or an Edge situation, not with the head or the neck. It's going to be his spine and his back.
Yeah.
Well, it's time to retire.
And he probably wants to. He would want to be at home. I mean, you can think about it. You got to think about what's more important: his wrestling career or spending time with his wife and daughter.
I mean, look at Danielson. He said it earlier last month.
Yeah.
Time's ticking. Guess what? He made a promise to his baby girl at 7.
Yep.
Come next year. Why do you think
it's probably going to be?
Why do you all think tomorrow night on pay-per-view, Wrestle Dream, we get the match we should have got a year ago, but didn't? And I'm not bitching. I'm not complaining.
He got hurt, and he couldn't do it.
Yeah. And earlier this summer at Forbidden Door 2, we got the original match from what should have been. We got Okada Danielson. Tomorrow night,
it was epic.
We get the match that fans have salivated for nearly 2 decades.
Yes, they've been wanting it.
Exactly, boss.
Next year, he'll retire next year.
Danielson, CSJ. This has been a match fans have been talking about for the better part of a decade. Why?
Yeah.
The only thing I'm going to say is this. For All In, I was a little disappointed. Because I didn't get my Nigel McGuinness retirement.
No.
I'm going to say,
Honey, you'll never believe what happened to me today.
Not just kidding. But the point is, now they're coming. I'm calling this today. Nigel's going to call him out.
Yes.
It's because look at the subtle hints for the last year out of Nigel. Yeah. It's coming, folks.
He wants a shot.
Lynch, as it pertains to Becky, if she hangs it up, you picked 4 interesting women to work with. Yeah. And if they get the rub from her, you will know whichever one she chooses to drop the belt to, everything's going to be in good hands. I mean, look what she did when she found out she was pregnant.
She still did a match against Shayna.
No. When Becky found out she was pregnant after she had the match with Shayna, what happened? We had a Money in the Bank contract match at Mania.
She put the Raw Women's belt in the briefcase.
She goes to the ring. There's Asuka. She ain't holding the briefcase. What the hell's going on?
Right.
Becky brings it in, explains the situation, says you weren't fighting for the contract. You were fighting for this because you're going to be the champ. I'm about to go be a mom.
Yeah.
So and Alyssa's got a point. We still have one feud she's still in the middle of, and that's with Rhea. We had to get sidetracked because of the return of the incompetent, too dangerous in the ring. I caught somebody to have a fucking concussion.
Someone is about to get my fist in their face.
If I end up, and we know this ain't ballet, but if I end up working with the newest signee, Jade Cargill, I'm gonna probably fuck that up and injure her too. Nia Jax.
Meanwhile, back at the wrench, since my side splitters don't tickle you, how about a skull splitter?
Sorry, Nia, you fit to get it soon.
Pray for Jade.
So, for Becky, all I'm going to say is in closing on this part of this topic is she picked these women for a specific reason other than just elevating them. I guarantee you she's trying to find who is going to be the one I'm going to pass the torch to.
Yeah.
It's coming whether people want to or not.
Right.
Yeah. Speaking of that man, tomorrow night, I'm telling you now, I smell a match between him and Cena. And we already know the torch got passed to Cody.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to pass another torch to the guy, and I'm saying it now, who has basically gotten, in my opinion, to the stone cold pop.
Ooh.
No one
he's reached that
has
level.
Come close. I'm saying it for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Punk didn't come close. Cena, for as long as he was on top, maybe there.
Maybe.
Danielson, I love you, dude. You were the same at Cena.
Yeah, exactly.
Cody on cusp after
he's getting there.
After the bullshit they did this year after the Rumble at Mania 39, he had it and then they fucked him.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. But look at Knight. You tried to make him a manager with that model bullshit shtick.
It didn't work. Nobody was buying it.
Hang on. And what did he do? He did the same thing Austin did when they gave him the fucking ringmaster. And it went down in less time. I'm telling you now.
Ooh.
The powers that be, he's going to force them to have no choice. And it's going to go one of two ways. Either Cody finishes this.
Yep.
And if they fuck Cody again, LA goes, fuck this. And takes it.
I'm going for it.
Yeah. Let me talk to you.
He'll take it.
Yeah.
He'll take
he
it.
Will take it.
Yep. But you're probably all wondering where I was last week because the assignment was closed. Well, I got a surprise for you. I went to the Empire State Wrestling Local Independent Show last weekend. Now, earlier this summer, we were supposed to get an appearance by legend Scotty Too Hottie of Too Cool. But at the time of that prior show, we had the wildfires going on up in Canada. So Mr. Hottie volunteered to go help. So he had to postpone. Well, this was him making up for it. And yes, I met the man. I've got a picture. I got an autograph. Believe you me. Coolest dude around. But I'm going to talk about that show because there is some talent that has worked with talent that you all know, and that I'm not going to spill any big tea, but I'm going to let you know there's a few individuals. You'll have to figure out who, but they are being scouted by one Paul Levesque and one Anthony Khan. And all I'm going to say, yep.
Welcome to the carnival.
Get him. Squash her. Get the old lady. No, the fat guy. Put your back into it.
Put your
Welcome to the asylum, ladies and gentlemen. You never know what I'm going to come up with.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm going to say this. A little birdie has informed me that one of our favorites, who is a champion in another promotion, she's doing some other work.
Ooh.
Rumor has it, somebody made an offer.
Ooh.
I'm just not
going to be interesting.
I don't know. I'm not allowed to say who because of the fact that, legal for one. We don't know if it's been finalized for two. Yep. We don't know if we're still in, here's the number I'm looking for three.
Right.
So, but there's a preliminary offer has in fact been made. I'm just not going to say who.
Right.
But I will say it's a woman. I will give you that. But for now, allow me to turn it up from Niagara Falls, Empire State Wrestling's Turn It Up show. And folks, the pre-show did not disappoint. Two of our local staples, TJ Crawford and Mambo Italiano. Yeah, he took it from the song Mambo. I can't help it. These kicked the night off in a full-packed crowd. Let me tell you something. You ever ask yourself where guys like Brody Lee and Daniel Garcia, Butcher Bunny Blade cut their teeth? Ooh. This promotion right here. TJ Crawford picked up the upset. Now, the guy on your screen, Matt McCoy, has been gone for quite some time. He picked up the victory in a fatal four-way between Buckwild Tommy K, Sebastian Braun, and Adrian Alvarez. Now, Matt McCoy is also double duty or triple duty as a security guard and a referee. This is his first match back in quite some time. Now we get to the good shit. Oh, this gets good. Our opening match was a tag team match between the team of Money Shot and CXR. These two guys, CXR, are tearing it up everywhere. Let me tell you, you thought you knew high flying before? Epics and his buddy T always bring the heat. That's why CXR brought it. Now, Haley Dillon, Taylor Rising. These two women, Haley is the newest on the scene. She has a lot of potential. These two tore it up like I have never fucking seen. Taylor picked up the upset over Haley, but these two women went to war. Avoid, like Cody said, avoid the lethal injection. When it comes to Taylor, avoid the spear. Avoid. Now, well-known Kevin Blackwood, you've probably seen him on MLW a bunch. He went up against Isaiah Bronner, who's new to the ESW fan base. Kevin Blackwood is one of the Buffalo staples here. And if you are looking at what I am looking at, yes, he picked him up. He
God damn,
dropped his ass. These two men nearly killed each other. They went back and forth, and Blackwood picked it up. Now, my boys, High Seas, That tag team, Cloudy and Captain Nick Ando, finally got to face Waves and Curls. They were supposed to face them at the last show, but at the last minute, the opponents in this one had to back out because of if I remember correctly, it was a private family matter that had arisen.
Oh.
Anytime High Seas steps in this ring, they give you every fucking thing they got.
Damn.
Now, Waves and Curls, great team. Now, James Saiga and Mike Skyros kicked the living shit out of each other. This was, remember what they said at All Out with Miro and Powerhouse Hobbs? Two meaty men.
Two meaty men slapping meat?
Yeah. That on steroids. Took a nasty hit to the jaw and still picked it up. Now, my boys, the Edge of Hope, the foursome of Saren Rain, Jeremiah Richter, Matic, and their newest member, Mr. Adrian Crow, took on the team of To Infinity and Beyond, Colin Delaney, Cheech, and another staple, Robbie Vegas. Now, Edge of Hope defeated To Infinity and Beyond and Robbie. This was as intense as you can get. Colin Delaney, for those of you who don't remember, he was in the WWE when the ECW brand had been revived. He sat under the learning tree of one Tommy Dreamer. Since then, he's been tearing it up on the local scene throughout the Northeast. Let me tell you something. If he looks familiar, he should, because he took the nastiest fucking powerbomb symphony from one Wardlow. Now comes the impromptu title match with Kevin Bennett. Now, Kevin has always been, as of late, the biggest douchebag heel talking smack. He ran his mouth. Vinny Moon has enlisted the services of an ESW legend. I'm not going to give you the name, because truth be told, we're going through a name change right now. So, Vinny, after Kevin insulted and saying that his wife deserves a real man, said, screw this, I'm getting myself an impromptu title shot. Of course, Kevin with the sneak attack and the belt to the head. Kevin retained by DQ. Gregory Irons. This guy should be familiar. I know who this one is. Scotty Too Hottie teased the fans for a good 2 to 3 minutes to get them loud as hell. He walked through the entire crowd, including up to me. He had this place on its feet. He was doing what he did during his time with Grandmaster Sexty, Brian Lawler, and Rikishi at the near end of the Attitude Era and into the early 2000s. He was on fire. He did the worm. He got the ring announcer to do the worm after the match. He and Gregory Irons put on a great show. That was something special. He can still do the worm today. I'll tell you this. He looks great. I forget how old he is, but he looks in phenomenal shape. He hasn't missed a beat. And for the talent, he held a seminar before doors opened. And a lot of the talent were telling me, that's one guy you definitely want to sit under the learning tree. This had huge implications. These are two brothers in life. Yes, John, Empire State Wrestling. You got that shit right. Our own invincible Vince Valor took on his Buffalo brother, Big Bill Collier. These two went to fucking war. The winner would challenge Kevin Bennett next month in November at WrestleBash. At one point, these two men went through a table at ringside to the point where we almost had the match thrown because both men were just that hurt.
Damn.
They started the countout. Now, guess what? Valor picked up the victory. As Bennett went to gloat about all the shit he's done for the better part of a year, from having one of Valor's closest friends turn on him and screw him out of a title shot.
Oh, my God.
And making him chase and go through a dog collar match against Frankie Feathers earlier in the summer That wasn't as vicious as it should have been.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason is they got the permission. Guess what? Brett, the promoter, didn't realize they were going to go through with it. And I told two of them, you should have went, fucking let go. Deal with the bullshit later and get
do it.
Out later. Who cares? Just do it.
Yeah.
Here's the shit kicker. After the match, oh, nice.
Cool. Very cool.
After the match, when Bennett came out to gloat, Valor went for a year. You've been ducking me. You've been trying to avoid me. Guess what, motherfucker? November 17th, Buffalo River Works. You won't be able to do it anymore.
Nope.
Because your buddies aren't going to be able to come with you to the ring. They aren't even going to be able to get in the ring. Wrestle Bash, November 17th. If you're not here to see it live downtown Buffalo, you better have IWTV live on your mobile device, your iPad, whatever. Bennett's going to be one-on-one alone with Vince Valor.
Yep.
But this ain't no ordinary match. Oh, no.
There's a stipulation.
Kevin, you've been slithering away for months. Not just from Vince, but from anybody. You even cashed in your little rematch cup that you stole last year. In that match, I might add. When Matt Cardona beat you back in May. He kicked your ass, beat you, and then you go back, use the Apollo Cup, hit him with it, 1, 2, 3, and get the belt. But guess what, Kev? You aren't going to be able to get out of this. Wrestle Bash, Buffalo, November 17th. Bennett, Valor. The gold is on the line.
Yeah.
You can't escape. Because if you even think of climbing out of this, you still lose.
Exactly.
15 feet high. Welcome to a steel cage.
Damn.
Valor, Bennett. Had I been the one with the book, I would have said, steel cage ain't gonna be enough, baby. I would have came out as the authority figure and said, Bennett, Valor's made all the right points. But see, at Wrestle Bash, your cronies are 86th from the venue. You are out. You even think you're trying to
no help whatsoever.
I will have everything covered. Bennett, you don't agree to this? I strip you of that belt. I will have Collier and Valor battle it out for the belt. You don't agree to this. So when you say yes, I'll tell you what. I said, seeing as how you'll be on your own, I'm going to book you in a match so violent, so gory, and destructive. It has not been seen since July 25th, 1999. My hometown, fully loaded, end of an era, Austin Undertaker for the WWF Championship. It ain't no little trickle, baby. I would have booked a donation to the Red Cross, First Blood. And even the promoter thought about doing that. One problem. New York State and the Athletic Commission. That's what those motherfuckers do. They stand in our way.
Yep.
So we get the soft core version of what hardcore should be.
Yes.
Okay. Now, yes, sometimes blood has happened. It's inevitable. We don't get hit bad. But this would have been, this is for the 18 and up crowd. The 18 to 34, leave the kids at home. This is the Attitude Era reborn. That's how far this rivalry would go if I booked. Because Bennett and Valor, say what you want. Bennett is a good talent. You put him in any locker room, doesn't matter if it's Impact, I don't care if it's MLW or AEW or the WWE, does not matter. He is going to get over as either a heel or a babyface, depending on the scenario. As a heel alone,
Ooh.
I can tell you, and I've met the guy a bunch of times, we shoot the shit. The way he does his promos, the way he interacts, put him MJF in the ring, book the match. That's it. Just let them have the mic. Get the fuck out of the ring. Just get the fuck out of the ring.
Battle.
Tell that.
Let them
let
loose there.
Let them have the promo love fest, and then ring the goddamn bell. Just ring the bitch. But this show knocked it out of the park. Now, I have a little revelation.
Ooh.
There has been some discussion. We will, in the weeks ahead, learn the card to WrestleMania. We do know, most of us fans know, that soon new tag team championship belts will be presented to high seas. Yes. When, we don't know because it takes time. Our new world championship belt took a while between the pandemic and everything else. Mm-hmm. So once we know what's going on with the new belt, we will know. Also, we are waiting to hear from our interstate champion, Alec Price, who I think will be at WrestleBash. I don't know. It's been a while. He's a great talent. Great talent. Great. And I'm going to tell you now, if you've never seen a match with Alec Price, go here on YouTube. Do yourself a favor. Google it, kids. The guy's got it. But little birdie said there's discussion of a women's champion. And I pitched to start a tournament at WrestleBash. One of the women involved in the tournament is a fan favorite here in Buffalo. She's a heel in every other promotion around the Northeast and whatnot. But when it comes to Buffalo, she's the babyface, and everybody loves it. Courageous one, Christina Marie. And if you don't know who that is, she's been on AEW Dark Elevation. She was recently on Ring of Honor. So if you don't have the ROH network, Honor Club, fucking get it. Spring for the $10. Go work the street corner if you have to. Worth it. And watch her match. Because I guarantee you, she had a match in AEW with Layla Hirsch. It was where Layla Hirsch got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to want to wrestle again.
Yeah.
I got a feeling that's going to happen.
It probably will.
But there is talk of a women's division and a women's champion for Empire State Wrestling. We won't know yet because there are a lot of X factors. How often can they appear? This, that, and the third. But folks, it's been an hour already. It's time to take a break. Grab a snack, grab a beer, grab whatever. Because after I talk about Lita, I am going to turn up the voltage, but get a little fiery in here. So stick around. Second half after this commercial break. See you soon.
Tonight on The Joker, will Batman defeat our charismatic star in time to save the hostages? Will Joker finally take control of Gotham once and for all? To find out, stay tuned. Same Joker crime, same Joker channel.
happy. He's been using Brand X. But with new Joker brand, I get a grin again and again.
That luscious tan, those ruby lips and hair color, so natural, only your Undertaker knows for sure.
Love that Joker.
So remember, put on a happy face.
What do you believe in?
I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Miss Layla Gray, and you are listening to Off the Top Rope podcast. Y'all need to check out this interview. Check out my man, because he knows how to do his damn job. So, check it out. Stay tuned.
Well, this is Tana Lee, all you want to see, and I'm here on Off the Top Ropes Radio. And make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and share for more.
Over 40 WWF superstars. Thousands of moves. One intense experience. WWF Raw. The game has arrived. Oh, it's true. It's damn true. WWF Raw, the video game. Who's gonna survive this? Rated T for T.
Hurry into 7-Eleven for cool Slurpee drinks and 3 WWE Collector Cups featuring The Rock, Lita and the Hardy Boys, and Rob Van Dam.
Hey, great Slurpee. Wrong cup. Try this one. It's Rob Van Dam. Sure thing, Mr. Van Dam.
Hey. Try Coca-Cola Classic or the new Bruisenberry in WWE Collector Cups. Collect all 3.
Or collect just one.
Oh, thank heaven.
Hey, Rob, I got one for you, too.
We're back.
So, I hope everybody enjoyed their quick break. As many of you are well aware, this asylum has 3 chambers. And each week, you never know which one is going to open. Now, this week, my Wrestler's Life Chamber decided to open its doors. And who should appear but the lovely Amy Dumas? You know her as Lita. Let's dive into that. Now, Miss Dumas, better known as Lita, has said that she was inspired by the Master of the 619 after she saw an episode of him wrestling on Monday Nitro and during his time in ECW. And a fun fact for those of you who do not know, she would debut in ECW around 2000 with Danny Doring and Roadkill as Miss Congeniality. But it would be in that time period of 99 to 2000 where she would undergo a transformation to manage when she showed up on Raw and SmackDown as Say Rios, the light heavyweight champion. She would then go on to join the Hardy Boys to form Team Extreme. In 2000, she would win her first women's championship by defeating Stephanie McMahon on an episode of Raw. Over the course of her career, she has had many rivals, but none better than the one with Trish Stratus.
Yes.
Now, Lita has also had some unique storylines. Getting knocked up by Kane.
Oh.
Was one of them. That was creepy. Snitsky.
Yep.
I didn't do it. Not my fault. But then word story to real life. That was one that I'm going to talk about for a minute. That really turned her into a heel. by 2013, 2014, we would learn that Lita would go into the Hall of Fame and rightfully earned. She has made multiple appearances, including this past year, winning the women's tag titles, only for her to get attacked. And then we saw the story between Becky and Trish. Now, do we know why they did this with Lita? Maybe they're building something. Maybe they wanted to go, let's do this. I've got something else I want to do. I don't want to. And that's fine.
No.
Now, Lita, Amy. Lita was a talent that when she showed up in ECW, she had the tongue. She played the, and I'm not going to say that, I'm going to just say she played a slight, but she played it with finesse, as some hardcore ECW OG fans would say. Now, during her time in ECW, Paul Heyman also knew that JR was scouting her. He said in multiple interviews that Lita is responsible as being one of the key women alongside the likes of Trish Stratus. I hate that I have to say her name, Sable. Jacqueline. China. You don't know the name Jazz? We're going to talk about that lovely woman down the road this season. You're going to want to watch that one because Jazz, honey, you were one of my all-time faves. And a fun fact about Jazz, that broad could hang with the boys.
Woohoo!
Don't believe me? Google her time in ECW. I guarantee you, you're going to be like, dang! You're going to be like Smokey on Friday. That's how tough Jazz was.
Wow.
Shout out to Jazz. But Lita would then come to the WWF. She would eventually team with Matt and Jeff when she inadvertently cost S.A. Rios the light heavyweight championship. He decided to get a little physical. And the fighters were like, no. Eventually, there would be a story where Lita had to put up with advances by one Dean Malenko. Malenko, the Iceman.
Yikes.
Eventually, that would culminate after an incident where Matt hit the ring and saved her, kissed her, and then was like, I'm sorry. It shocked Lita. And they were sucking face like nobody's business, and everybody found out they were dating the whole time.
They were together.
Now, about Lita's first time as women's champion. That came about in the summer of 2000 when we had the whole McMahon-Helmsley regime story and The Rock and all the other shit. Plus, we had seen the return of the Dead Man having transformed his character into the guy we love as the American badass biker.
Absolutely.
Okay. It would be during an episode of Monday Night Raw where the special guest referee was The Rock. Lita would go all for nothing with a big, loud, nasty moonsault on Stephanie. And back then, what Jericho would call no tits or fake tits McGee got pinned for the 1, 2, 3, and Lita's first championship reign began. Now, here's a fact that many people don't know. Whether you're just getting into it, you learn it, whatever. How many people watching here remember that show Dark Angel with Jessica Alba?
A little bit. I'd never watched an episode, but I know what you're talking about.
Lita did a cameo appearance during a stunt that they were rehearsing. The individual she was working with inadvertently dropped Lita on her neck.
Oh, God.
Hence why Lita was out for a year.
Oh, God.
Remember when she would show up in the neck brace and shit, and the whole thing with Bischoff firing her, and then Christian would get her job back after the stuff was survived, and all that shtick, the whole Bischoff, Austin authority stuff. Okay. It would be then that she would enter the biggest rivalry to date. She'd already had some of it with Trish before, but it was just out of mutual respect and the back and forth with the belt. But it all started did that little shtick where Trish turned heel. And the whole Kane storyline happened.
Yikes.
Now, fans, this all goes to something that I'm going to tell you, where the stories of kayfabe and reality end up. Which happens...
Merging in this case.
Merging, and sometimes it can be a little...
Yeah.
So, I'll report of it. They went toe-to-toe. They main evented Monday Night Raw.
Yes, they did.
For the Women's Championship.
Mm-hmm.
During that match, the suicide dive from Lita, if she would have not turned, the manner in which she landed,
she
would have broke her neck again and could have died career.
Yeah, it looked like she landed at a certain angle.
Mm-hmm. She looked like she did the scorpion.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It looked like she did a scorpion when she landed after that dive.
Here's the kicker. It would be during the course of the few years after she made the comeback from her neck injury. Her and Matt broke up on screen, got back together. But then something began to happen behind the scenes that nobody really knew. When Matt,
our superstar.
We're gonna get to it. I'm gonna tell you how that all happened.
Okay.
So while Lita was healing, everybody knows Adam Copeland and Matthew Hardy were at one point close friends. Maybe they've mended it now. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
At that time, Matt eventually got hurt. Adam and Lita were friends. But then something else began to happen. And Uncle Adam broke bro code.
Yeah. Sparks flew and one thing led to another.
It was to the point where a little bit of drama happened backstage.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And as we all know, it was the infamous release of Matt Hardy. Ooh. Remember that video he posted? And in 30 days, during an episode of Monday Night Raw, what happened? Matt hit the ring and attacked Adam. He used his real name. He used Lita's real name.
Oh, my God.
Thus began, because remember, we now seen the culmination of the birth of the Rated R Superstar at WrestleMania 21 when he won the Money in the Bank. Then we fast forward to the Gold Rush tournament with Kane in it, and we pay off the whole storyline of Kane and Lita and all the other bullshit paid off.
Yikes.
Took a little while to get there, but we paid it off.
Mm-hmm.
This was built for a different reason. At the time, Vince let Matt go because did not want to poison the locker room.
No.
And Taker, being both the judge in wrestler's court, I don't think, technically because it happened on Raw, and Taker's on SmackDown, who can't hold wrestler's court for this? Undertaker. If you don't know about wrestler's court, Google it, kids. You'll thank me for it.
Look it up.
So, hence the situation we got in. But what happened is, a couple weeks after the jump attacks, Vince decided to take the situation and he went, oh, fuck, I'm going to make money on this. I mean,
gold.
We're going to start an Inferno. Watch the promo Heyman cut at ECW One Night Stand 2005.
Ooh.
Do you think it was a coincidence that he mentions Matt freaking Hardy at Edge on purpose?
Yeah. I've got 2 words for you. Matt freaking Hardy.
Now, the other thing is this. When Matt re-signed, he explicitly wanted this. It took convincing to Amy and Adam because they didn't want this broadcasted out. And I respect the fact that Matt was legitimately pissed with Adam Copeland because Adam, I'm going to say something to you, Edge. You shit the bed.
Yeah.
I love you to death. You are a great performer. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But you committed cardinal sin when it comes to a bro code, the brohood.
Yeah.
Shit. It would have been different if Amy and Matt split amicably. You sat with him and said, hey, I have some feelings for Amy. Are you going to be mad if I ask her out?
Date her.
And if that happened, it happened. You're adults. You live with it. Lita did not want to do it.
No.
I can tell you fans wholeheartedly, he wanted this kept private. Matt turned around and went, the only way we're going to end this, we do it publicly. We get through it publicly. And that's what happened. You had the match where Matt would end up losing and end up on SmackDown. But it happened. Now, years later, it took Jeff to finally put Adam basically in his place and say, motherfucker, you screwed up. My brother exposed it. What you don't like is you can't look in the fucking mirror and admit you did it.
Yep.
And looked at Amy.
Yeah.
This was the pre-Twitter days. Remember MySpace and all the other bullshit. Remember Bite This, everybody? If you're old enough to remember, that was the earliest days.
I remember.
What we now have before us today, the early days of streaming and podcasting.
Exactly.
Congratulations. Bite This was the catalyst. But when Matt called in on that episode where where Edge and Lita were on it and they got pissed, that was a shoot. They threatened Vince that they were going to quit that night.
Oh my God.
Vince took the time to sit the two of them down. And from what I remember reading and hearing, not just necessarily dirt sheets, but other people.
Yeah.
My interpretation is Vince chewed them both up. Was calm about it, but he ripped them both a new one and said, you fucked this up. You pissed him off. I tried to get him out. Fans want him. I'm giving them what they want. The problem is he wants your head, and I'm feeding you to him. You owe him this.
Yeah.
Say what you want about the old man, even though he looks like an evil Spanish villain off television. Rip off Walt Disney off of Wish.com. You never saying it because that's exactly
never. It's a perfect
you're
description
almost
of him.
80. Shave that 70s looking porn star mustache off.
Get
your
rid
face.
of it, please.
Don't fit you, bro.
No, it doesn't.
An A for effort. I'll give you that. But no. We're not ready. No. Okay. But my thing is this. For Lita to close out her career, doing the honors as women's champion for Mickie James, that was huge.
It was.
Because it allowed the fans to know, okay, the next era of women, this is in good hands. Yeah. And after what we saw between Lita and Mickie James and Trish Stratus at WrestleMania 22, go back and watch that match because at some point down the road, we're going to talk about that one too.
Yeah.
Lita, to her credit, whether the fans or some fans still hate her fucking guts or not, she ended up owning up to it.
Yeah.
And eventually, everybody made up.
True.
Because guess what happened? Remember that, forget what Hall of Fame it was, but remember when it was, I remember it was the Dudley Boys going in and they called upon the Hardys, Edge and Christian.
Ooh.
Remember that? Little birdie told me before the other four individuals walked out. Christian and Jeff looked at the two of them and said, if there's any lingering shit, deal with it now.
Damn.
With them, there was a quick stare down, started laughing, and Adam admitted, hey, I'm sorry.
I fucked up. I'm sorry.
And Matt said, I fucked up. We were both young, handled it emotionally and differently. We're, more adult now than we were then.
Yeah.
We're both married. We got families. Fuck it. We had fun doing it. We made a lot of money with it. Who gives a shit?
Exactly.
We're too old for this shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Lita has said, yes, she squared things with Matt and Adam. but part of her still hates this to that day. Because to her, it took away, and this is the part for Lita that I like. She looked at it as it took away from what they were trying to do to build Edge.
Yeah.
But what she did not realize is that this is what built him. Look what it
made him.
Without knowing it then, that story, rocket ship coming out his ass. I'm not just saying Edge. I'm talking Matt and Lita. They all had a rocket ship up their ass. Look what happened. The three of them were elevated to a higher level than they had previously been. They were in that top tier where if they started the show, you probably saw them end the show. Okay. Yeah. This whole blur of the line for the very first time, because it was all, this story had no writer, no script, nothing.
Nope.
This was real life, as pure as it could get.
Oh, yeah.
Look what it did. It built 2 world champs.
Yep.
Because we know Matt had the ECW belt, but one day I'll find out my real thoughts about that shit. He became a multi-time world champion. Lita would help continue building the blocks that would lead to the arrival of women like AJ Lee, like Bailey, like Trinity, like Charlotte,
Charlotte,
Mercedes, like Becky. Here's a name you might want to keep your eyes on down there in NXT, because I had a little birdie told me this woman's healed and she's coming to whoop that ass. Nikita Lyons. So guess what? Lita has helped the women I've mentioned earlier set the table. So Lita. I also had the biggest fucking crush on you when I was younger. Yeah. And by the way, all I'm going to say is, Lita, when you would come out in that punk rock gear with the thong out and shit, did you not think for a minute that the king, Jerry Lawler, wasn't going to play the role of the dirty old man? Come on.
He's dirty.
Oh, please. She's got tattoos in places I didn't know what had places. And yes, that is a line, folks. That is the actual freaking line. I'm not kidding you.
Damn.
But Lita, I will say this, Trish did it. So if Warren sees this, Trish did this. Trish did it, and so did Lita. She helped a lot of young guys enter puberty. You didn't even have to touch a lot of them.
No.
I'll leave you with that, folks.
There you go.
So now for this, the chamber closes. But now,
we'll get ready.
Before we do this,
Warning. The following scene contains language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
But shall be ignored.
Yes.
Now, later on in the season, I hinted about it on season 1, and I've hinted about it on the season 2. Before we go through with this, I have to tell you this. There is a series of names that I have held back for the last 2 seasons. Few of them have gotten a chair already. One got it twice because he pissed me off.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
But now, my list starts coming out
like that.
Because I now understand why the guy I previously roasted, Mr. James Cornette, wants to outlive another individual so that when that said individual croaks, he can piss and shit on the dude's tombstone and his grave and laugh while he's doing it. Later this season, you all better tune in. Vincent Russo
Oh boy.
You thought what I put Meltzer through was anything? I could do a whole fucking episode. Oh, yeah. Deep frying your ass. You no good hack. But this week, I'm going to settle for your little butt buddy dildo up your ass boyfriend by the name of Disco fucking Inferno. Can we please see the victim and make sure he's straight? Disco Inferno. Where do I begin with you? You took the name of a song and called yourself a wrestler. What happened? You couldn't come up with anything original? You look like a 70s fucking porn star fucked up football. God damn. God damn it. I mean, what happened? Did you simply use the TV championship just so you could fondle it? Now, you ran your mouth about Brody Lee. You ran your mouth about Eddie. No. Wait. Miss Lombardi.
In the old town tonight.
You know what? Dude, you were jacking off at the curtain just so that you could be on TV. You want to know what you were?
I'm glad you did.
You were the opening match, or as what I call, hey, I know we just started the show, but I gotta go take a shit. I'll be right back. You were the opening shit match, which was for, remember fans when the Divas division was going through that bullshit?
Yeah.
And it was called the P-break match.
It was.
You were the opening match, but we're going to call that taking a shit match. I'll be right back. I know Nitro just started live, but if you're in the arena or you were at home, I'll be right back. Tell me when Disco gets his ass beat. I got to go take a shit. Disco, let me explain something to you. You ran your mouth about Brody Lee. You don't know a good idea if you kicked you in your tiny raisin testicles that you call balls.
Right.
And that pinky-sized thing you call a cock.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, you probably need a magnifying glass and a microscope so your wife can find it and fondle it for you.
Where is it?
If you're even married. Don't know.
If you
don't
are.
care. If you are married, dude, your wife's cheating on you. She's begging a dude with a bigger cock than you probably are, for all we know.
She's probably having better orgasms as a result of it.
You were the cheaper rendition of when Mike Awesome was the fat chick thriller. Now, you want to talk about bad ideas? That was bad, and that was Russo. That was your buddy. That was your butt buddy. Yeah. You came up with this on your own, Mr. Inferno.
Oh, God.
Let me explain something to you. Cody Rhodes said it best. You wouldn't know if a good idea hit you in the goddamn face. You were the shit match. You sucked.
You weren't that good.
You fucking sucked. Big back and dinks.
I mean, everything about you screams unoriginal piece of shit.
Let me tell you something, Vince. You ran your mouth about the women these days. You claim to be in tune with the fix. Rotate. If your ass ain't that loose from Vince fucking it every day.
Oh, God.
I'm about McMahon. I'm talking about you, Russo. I understand why Cornette wants your head. And now I understand why Cornette also wants to whoop your ass, Disco. Yep. You couldn't get over a fucking pencil.
Nope.
Shit, you couldn't even get over a condom.
Nope.
For all we know. Nope. Then again, you are one of the many people who should be the poster child for why dad's pull-out game is weak and mom should have swallowed. Okay. Now, before we really fry this bastard,
oh yeah,
I'm gonna say this. Disco.
Mm-hmm.
See me nice and calm right now? This is because I had to exhaust a lot of energy taking care of Mr. Meltzer 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That bastard better not wander in again. He's cruising. No. He's fucking cruising. I don't have the strength to do it twice. Because the first time I had to do it twice, it took a lot. I don't want to do that. Because I have a lot of other people that need to get it.
Mm-hmm. A lot more deserving bastards need to be fried.
Yeah. So like I said, in the next few weeks, you better be here. Because Vince Russo,
you're going to get it.
For your ass, you bastard. Now, Disco. Buddy. I'm going to say this. You look, I don't want to say for what it is. You look like your mother came home with the afterbirth. You're hideous, dude. Who would want to fuck you unless they were high off their ass or did a 16 ball of blow?
Or basically drunk as fuck.
Oh, well, there's that too. But, dude, you look like your mom brought home the fucking afterbirth. Oh, my God. Your matches weren't memorable. You want to know what they were remembered for? Hey, I'm going to go take a Disco Inferno. I'll be right back.
I'm going to take a shit. I'll be right back.
Yeah. So
no, actually,
that's a nice ring to it. Write that down, will you?
Yeah, I'm going to go take a Disco Inferno. Write that down, folks. We're going to stop calling it taking a shit. We're going to get it trending on social media, taking a Disco Inferno. And when he asks what that is, we're just going to put a big shit emoji where his face should be.
A big turd.
Crazy. You ever heard of the healing power of laughter?
Yeah. So Disco, buddy, shut the fuck up. Don't talk about somebody's physique.
Nope.
You weren't one to talk.
No.
That's number one.
Right.
Number two. Don't you dare disrespect the dead.
Exactly.
There's some things you don't do.
Yeah.
You don't betray your brothers. You don't piss and shit in the wind. You don't tug on Superman's cape. You damn sure don't disrespect the dead.
Exactly.
And you only run your mouth if you know how to back it up.
Exactly.
Disco, you are what the pod bomb will call 2 shits and a toilet seat.
Exactly.
You ain't shit. You are not shit, Disco. And I'm going to say this kindly for what it is.
Yeah.
You were what we call a jobber. The only reason you got to have the TV championship a bunch of times is because you went in the back and snorted some blow and then got on your knees and either blew Vince Russo, blew Eric Bischoff, or better yet, just to make sure you could say you had clout, went to Turner Network Television, went up to the tower, went into Ted Turner's office, and because he and Joe Fonda had split by that point, he wasn't going late.
Yeah.
So the only way he could do it, let's face it, you were the male Monica Lewinsky. America, I don't think you heard Disco the first time. Sexual relations with that band. And son, I was a shitty wrestler. I think
Now we're talking.
So, Disco. Running your mouth. Stop talking shit. Quit being on Vince Russo's show, dude. You are the reason. You are the reason so much of the toxic IWC has come to exist.
Unfortunately.
You want to know what's worse? Yes, you can have your opinion, but bro, you go too far.
Way too far.
You take it too far. And your buddy, Mr. Russo, Give everybody one sneak peek behind the curtain for this. I'm sorry. I wanted to hold this one back, but I'm not. If I ever hear out of your mouth or Disco's mouth again that you had no influence in the infamous Blue Blazer incident at Gundering in 99 at Over the Edge, if you didn't have any influence, you better fucking never see this.
Better not.
One of you. Because I'm going to let you know it. I am going to take you to a place that I have not gone.
Very dark.
Good Doc.
Yes, Mr. J.
Got any last words before we finish the victim for the day?
But Disco Inferno, you're a piece of shit and go fuck yourself. There we go.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the good doctor couldn't have said it better myself.
Oh, Jesus.
That was beautiful.
Can't miss comedy, folks.
There we go.
Flip the switch, get it over with. Just send them on and on. Let's do it.
Let's
Get
do
out
it.
of here.
Let's do it. Flipping the switch now.
Now comes the part where I relieve you, the little people, of the burden of your failed and useless lives. But as my plastic surgeon always said, if you gotta go, go with a smile.
Oh, I got a live one here. Oh, there'll be a hot time in the old town tonight. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did.
Okay. Yeah, we're glad he's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just make sure you give your buddy Vince Russo fair warning.
Yeah.
Now, folks.
His turn's coming soon.
Now, folks, before we get out of here, you know I can't do this without any of you. So thank you for coming. Always make sure you spread that word and like, share, subscribe, stay notified, of course. But during the course of the show and during commercial break, I had to think about this. Doc?
Yes?
You get your wish next week. I know who it's gonna be.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
I'm sorry in advance. I said it at the start of the show. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Uncle Fats, if you see this, I love you. I'm sorry.
We're sorry, Uncle Fats.
Nia Jax decided to wander in today while we were taking care of Mr. Inferno. And
she's gonna get it. Sorry, Uncle Fats.
No.
By the way, for you, Uncle Fats.
She didn't try to take anything.
She tried to hit me with a bonsai drop while I was electrocuting Disco Inferno, and
yeah, she tried to steal me.
She tried to hurt me. She tried to hurt the good doctor really bad, and I don't like that.
Into the air, Junior Birdman, miss me. Yeah, watch me.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
You're fixing to get, honey. You've given me since you originally showed up the first time around. Since you've come back, you've now given me more than enough.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pull the trigger and get it over with. did want to roast a woman again anytime soon, but you gave me an excuse. So.
Yeah.
Hey, you wait like everybody else, pal.
Yeah, pretty much. There's
much.
the line. You're all fitting to get it at least once.
Yeah,
all right.
exactly.
Now, as I said earlier, my 3 chambers, depending on which one, will randomly open. Next week will be my what if chamber. And what could I?
It's always interesting. Depends on what the subject is.
Oh, I'm about to give you a doozy.
Oh my God.
We recently celebrated its 1000th episode, and it's been around since 2002. What if Impact Wrestling never started? Would you see the talent that we see now? Would you know the names? AJ Styles, James Storm, Nick Aldis, aka Magnus, Abyss, Wildcat Chris Harris.
Yep.
Would you see some of the women? Beautiful people. Velvet Sky. I'll at you, boy. Gail Kim, who would have some time in the WWE, but really tore it up in Impact. Would you know of ODB? Would you have seen Awesome Kong? Cheerleader Melissa, also known as Raisha Saeed, Rosemary.
Nice.
Would you have seen Would you have seen the rebirth to Tennille Dashwood's career? Or Chelsea Green's career? Would that have happened? We're going to dive in. What if Impact never began? And how it affected where we are now.
Yeah.
Would some of this talent end up in Japan? Would it have been the means to help Ring of Honor in its infancy grow faster than it did and potentially get a TV deal long before it did? And if you think about it, I hate to say it, Impact is also responsible for exposing a young tag team by the name of Jay and Jack, the Briscoes. Angelo
reach for the sky, boy.
And one CM Punk.
Now it's time to have some fun. Burn it down, brother. Burn it all down.
Serenity now!
Where would a lot of this talent be right now? You're going to talk about it. What if Jeff Jarrett and his father didn't roll the dice? Because part of this what if scenario, and I want you fans to think about it for the next 7 days. What if Vince had successfully hashed out the issues between him and Jeff Jarrett? And Jeff Jarrett was the catalyst to what the invasion storyline should have.
That's going to be interesting.
So I want you to think about that. Now, my inmates. There's the sound of sad, we know. But before we get out of here, Doc, tell them how to find you.
Well, you can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Writing Cat. I'm on YouTube. I talk other crap on YouTube. And you can find me here in the asylum doing whatever the hell I want.
Hey, I am the boss. I do let that happen.
I know. Yeah.
And I don't mind it.
No.
As for me, you can find me on Twitter. I ain't gonna call it X. You can kiss my ass. Eric37 Joker, just spell Joker with the number 0 instead of the O.
Yep.
You can find me on Facebook. Find me here in the asylum. But folks, make sure you check out all the brands that we enjoy. Check out every show. The ladies earlier this afternoon, Black Hearts Angels tore it up. Ladies.
They did. For the ladies.
Doing it, girls. And make damn sure if we're on a break or we're not there for a week, go watch the archives.
Yeah.
Enjoy some extra fun while we're recharging the old battery. And don't forget to spread the word because, it's the greatest thing to do. You love us. It gives us love, baby. You understand? As Dusty would say, show some love, baby. That said, Alyssa, you're welcome. That being said, Mr. Inferno, I fried you up. You smell like a flaming bag of dog poo.
He does.
God damn, get the biohazard team in here. It smells like a level 5 situation. Almost as bad as Uncle Dave as he's.
Oh my God, that was horrendous.
I just pray I never have to have the day, Doc, when I have to fry the IWC.
Oh God, that's really bad. That's
pray no. Do this. Disco, since you're dead, do me a favor. Go see your buddy Vince. Let him know. Come on in, baby.
What are you laughing at?
With that being said, it's time to say goodnight.
Well, it's time to retire. Feel free to drop in.
Not retire, but it's time to retire for tonight.
Yes.
We have NXT. Tomorrow night is Wrestle Dream.
Oh,
folks, I love you. For myself, for the good doctor, for the entire pod mob. I am the Joker of this asylum. I call the shots.
Yeah.
Golden rule of thumb. You can create as much anarchy as you want. Don't fuck with the doctor. Don't try.
Do I really look like a guy with a plan?
I sure don't. And don't ever take my throne. So, till next week, remember what I told you. We're going to talk about what if Impact never existed.
Yep.
Nia Jax.
You're getting roasted.
Sorry, Uncle Fat. He gave me no choice.
What's the secret to good comedy? Timing. And what's courage? Grace under pressure. And who's the boss? I'm the boss.
That being said, Naya, you fit to get it next week. I'm sorry.
Yep.
You gave me everything. I'm giving you fair warning, honey. That's it. Till next Saturday.
You shouldn't have attacked me, Naya.
Till next week. Enjoy pro wrestling, everybody. I am the host.
It's as though we were made for each other. Beauty and the Beast. Of course, if anyone else calls you Beast, I'll rip their lungs out.
Never mind. I'm not going to go there because it involves doing some.
I thought I was a Pisces. Come on.
All I'm going to say is it would involve something with the skull. I'll leave it. Till next week. Au revoir. Ciao for now. Toodles. Top side.
Sometimes I just kill myself.
My life is nothing but a comedy.